All right, my name is Robert Newman. I am a real estate online marketing consultant. I am a real estate technology company founder. I am the owner of a company called Inbound Real Estate Marketing here in California. And I am reviewing so I'm doing a blog post on the top 20 real estate web design companies or providers of real estate websites. This one that we're looking at is unique on this list. It's called Resi, okay? But the real name of the company is actually Real Estate Systems. This is their ICANN. Like so many other technology companies, we don't really know who the founder of the company is. So there is no real interesting leadership story with this company that you can sink your teeth into. There may be that they know, but they don't advertise it. They've got about 600 websites. So if you've looked at some of my other reviews of real estate web design companies, you'll see that I've always taken a look at how many signatures are there out there. So in other words, when a design or real estate website provider makes a website, they tend to sign it. I certainly do. And that signature is visible to this analytics tool that I have, so we can get a rough understanding of how many websites they've actually built. This company has been around since 1994, so 600 in 24, 25 years is not that many. And there's good reason for that, and I'm going to explain all this. However, Resi Online is a dominant force in their marketplace, which is the Miami, Florida real estate marketplace, and I'm going to explain why. Resi has managed to produce by far and away the best IDX that deals with locations that have very high-end condominium buildings. So here's an example. So this is a Miami Beach map search. Here's areas within this map search, right? So we click on this, and now we get a real clean presentation of what communities are inside of Allison Island. And then if we click on a community, we get the building, we get a map, and we get all the local amenities next to the building. And in most cases, not this one obviously, but in most cases there's listings too associated with the particular community in question. See? So, and you can see, like, one bedroom home in Indian Creek, the price tag is $29,500,000. So Resi has developed a really nicely laid out, sophisticated IDX for an area that responds really well to it. Now, many of you who are watching this video are going to recognize this name, which is the Jills. They are the top producing team for Coldwell Banker, and they're one of the top producing teams, like one of the top 10 in the entire world, consistently over and over and over again. And this is their website. They're using Resi. Now, to go along with all of that production, let's talk about price for a second. So Resi doesn't have a lot of installs because they are on the high end of the marketplace. They are even more expensive than real estate webmasters. A standard contract for a real estate website is going to be over $15,000, and this website that we're looking at right here is not standard. I've competed against Resi before. I used to have contracts of theirs. I looked for them for this review. I don't anymore. Their prices could have changed in the 5 or 6 years, but if they have changed, my guess would be they've gone up and not down. Their monthly to lease this IDX system started at $400 or $500 a month, and there were plugins like additional functionality that you could get on top of that. So you're looking at a system that to serve up this kind of detailed property information is going to end up costing you anywhere from probably $500 to $1,000 a month, and that's just for the IDX. That's not marketing, that's not anything. That's just for the basic website and its functionality on top of the price that they charge for the site itself. And I do believe that there was a $3,000 to $5,000 setup fee the last time that I looked. Now again, I want to emphasize prices could have changed. I personally would be surprised if they've gone down. So when you say that they only have 600 websites, they are definitely doing something incredibly different in the sense that they have 600 premium websites, and it makes a difference when you're looking at the number of installs. These guys are not trying to sell a website to each and every single real estate agent in the country. Now, having said all that, what would Resi be good for? Because this is really critical. I've heard of people getting quotes and trying to get Resi websites in cities like in Houston and Dallas and things like that. And while these sites might work for those areas, they're not as well suited as places that have an abundance. If you are a real estate salesperson or broker, and many, if not most, of the listings that you deal with are either one, super high-end, or two, located within communities. Like you have just many luxury condominium buildings where like the penthouse is going to go for $30 million, and then all the other units are going to range between 3 and 18 million, something like that. You may want to consider a Resi website. If I did not just describe you, this is way too much website for the average realtor. Just way too much. The amount of money that you'd have to spend to get into something like this would not make it worth anybody's time except for a very select few in terms of real estate agents. But having said all that, and my memory is that Resi is not easy to deal with either. But again, that's just an opinion, and maybe they've changed. They've also managed to keep the one of the top teams in the world on their platform for almost a decade. Because I've been looking at the Jill's website on a Resi platform for as long as I've been in this business, and so they've been using them for a very long time. My belief would be, I think that these ladies are too sharp of salespeople to, if they weren't making money off this, I don't think they'd be using it. Now, having said all that, I always do the same thing. These platforms are not great for SEO, but I don't like to just say it. I like to show you. So here is not only one of the top websites for Resi, but one of the top websites in the world for real estate. So we're looking at maybe a top 10 website universally for real estate. And these are their numbers. I know this doesn't make much sense, but this is from 1 to 100, and this is the same. This is a very high number, 54. This is one of the top domain ratings in all of real estate. There are some better, but not that many. And for a team, like a small team like the Jills, I don't think so. So you're looking at pretty much the best. Let's see here. Okay. So far so good. This is the Jills. 11,000 backlinks. That doesn't mean much to people who don't know SEO. 11,000 keywords are connected to this website. That's a lot. And organic traffic, which is what Google sends without these agents paying for it, is pretty good. The ladies apparently are not using PPC. They're not driving anything back to their traffic. That's really impressive. But these are agents that are really doing well. So they're number 4 for the keyword Del Mar. It's pretty good. It drives a lot of the traffic. It's not going to be specific, so I doubt they get too many leads. But this is really good, Miami Luxury Condominiums, because that is exactly what these ladies do. So a lot of it, at least. Not exclusively, I'm sure, but certainly a good percentage of their business. So we have some good keywords here. We have a lot of good keywords. These are all buildings. Now, and so this is all very relevant. Like, this is the address, no doubt, to a condominium building, and they're number 1 on the search results. So let's just kind of show you what that looks like. So there's the building. Here's the search result. They're beating out everybody, Zillow, Trulia, all of them. Bang, straight into the listing. So from an SEO perspective, this site looks pretty good. They've done a very good job at the condo and building level. My thought would be, is how well will they have done with a site that's not pretty much one of the top websites in the world. I can tell you how they're getting all this ranking, and I don't think that it's Resi is doing that great of a job on SEO. What's happening is there's just so many other people who point their websites at the Jills that they have an amazing website authority. The chances of another team or agent repeating this success would be, I mean, unlikely. So let's just go down 5. And I haven't looked at this, so there is no preparation here. Let's go down 5. Look at this. All right. Nice website. And keep in mind, most of these agents are going to be competing for the same things as the Jills, using the same system that delivers the same search results. So nobody's going to beat the Jills. There's going to be one website that's going to get these search results, and obviously it's going to be the Jills. So now you can see what I mean. We're number 5. This is the 5th top website off a Resi site. The organic traffic is 143 people. So my assumption is correct. If you happen to have an area and you have a Resi website and you happen to have massive people voting for your site, a lot of media like they do, then you're going to do as well as they do. If you don't have that, you're going to tank. You're not going to have any SEO value associated with this site, leaving your only choice to send PPC traffic in here. And while this site is quite beautiful, it doesn't have a lot of really great landing pages. So the value to anybody besides a really specific type of real estate team focusing on these condominium buildings is going to be very low. So you really have to fit this very specific profile. But if you do fit this specific profile and you happen to be in Florida, then these guys, that's why they're in my top 20, then these guys are the best. There's just no, there is a reason why they've made my list. And I don't like a lot of the things that I've mentioned. I don't like we can't see the leadership story. Their own website is terrible. It's atrocious for SEO value. They don't even have the right protocols. They're not getting any organic traffic, so they don't know organic marketing, but they do know they make a damn fine IDX. That's the Information Data Exchange. It's how you parse out information, and they've made a one-of-a-kind system that you can find on, there are systems like this, IDX systems like this, but they're incredibly custom, and you will not see very many installations, and you won't know what you're looking at if you do. So Resi is one of the only high-volume, super custom IDX providers that's out there. I know that Sierra Interactive kind of gives them a run for their money, but Sierra Interactive would not be able to thrive in the same environments. Any big city in Sierra Interactive is not making the kind of website that justifies the money or any other. It's just not great. I could get into it, but I've already used a lot of time. So that's it. That is my review for Resi Online, which is the name of the actual domain. Another funny thing about Resi is there's no reviews anywhere. Okay, they've even hidden the name of their company, so it's very difficult to even try and look them up. So their website is named Resi Online, RESI Online, but since Resi is such a popular real estate term, there's nothing that you can find under Resi. Their company name is Real Estate Systems. There's nothing under Real Estate Systems. So there is really like very, very little information out there. Anyhow, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've tuned into the entire series. I've covered just about every single kind of real estate website. By the way, this is a real estate IDX website, but it's on the extremely high end, and most of the websites that I've covered that are in this category are on the extreme low end. So now you have comparisons about basically the reason I'm calling them IDX websites is the real core mechanics, the selling point, the marketing points of the entire website is the search functionality. And most of these guys are just giving you real basic search, and they're handing you the website for free or really cheap. This system goes the exact opposite direction. It gives you an incredibly robust system, but charges an arm and leg for it. So If you have any questions, as with all of my other reviews or videos, just go ahead and put them down below. And if you have very, very specific stuff that you want to talk about, if you want to get a comparison that I haven't done, then go ahead and schedule an appointment with me. All right, thanks. Bye.